Is it possible to build your self-esteem and confidence? In this video, I'm going to give you an awesome hack on how you can quickly elevate your confidence, and I'm also going to give you 3 steps that you can take to build your self-esteem. Here we go. Hi, my name is Drew, and I have the opportunity to connect and learn from highly influential people like Dr. Robert Cialdini, who wrote the book on influence, and Dr. John C. Maxwell, who has written tons of books on leadership and communication and influence himself. And so I want to take what I've learned from them, share it with you on this channel. So go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel if you want to grow in your influence. I like to say if you have something to say, something to sell, or something big to do, then you've got to increase your influence. I also have a free giveaway, so stay to the end so you can get that. In a study done by Florida State University and Brown University, they found that people with high self-esteem are more willing to speak up and share their opinions. Now, if you want to be a leader, you believe that your opinion counts, or you have something to sell, you have got to be able to speak up and share your opinion. So that's why we're talking about this today on Influence Trainer. Let me start with confidence here. So I love a quote by George Patton. He said, "You fight like you train." And the concept of that being that however you train, that's how you're going to show up and fight when it counts. The same thing is true. I've been taught this for years by my speaking coach, that you're only going to be as good as you practice, right? So if you want to build your confidence, then you've got to practice. Put in the time so that you can be confident. That's how you, over time, progressively build your confidence in anything. If you have a presentation due at work, practice it at home over and over again, and that will build your confidence. So once again, the best way to build confidence is to practice. Practice, practice, practice. You fight like you train. Now, I know that's not what you wanted to hear. You want the hack. What's the easy way? What's the way that I can quickly elevate my confidence? And I will share that with you right now. This exercise is actually a visualization exercise. So you can close your eyes. And what I want you to do is I want you to remember a time that you felt very confident. It can be anything. It can be after a sporting event. Maybe you won an event, or maybe it was speaking. For me, I speak a lot, and there are sometimes I feel more confident than others. Visualize that time, whatever it is for you. Get that in your mind. Okay, you got it. Now I want you to think, what do you feel? What do you hear? What do you smell? Get all of our senses going and really put yourself, immerse yourself in that experience. Take a moment and do that. Okay, you got that? Now what I want you to do is tell me how you feel. Tell me how you feel right now, in that moment, as you're remembering this. Tell me how you feel. Okay, you're probably going to say, I feel confident, I feel dominant, I feel powerful in this moment. Okay, now, how do you feel right now? You probably feel confident, dominant, and powerful, right? You just envisioned another time that you felt that way, and then you manifested that feeling right now. It's a great exercise. It works. I use it all the time. I use it before I speak, just to pump myself up and get myself ready if I need to calm down. You can imagine a relaxing time, a calming time, maybe at the beach or whatever it is that you do to relax, and you can visualize and calm yourself down the same way. It's a cool exercise. So there's the hack for you, but the best way to do it to build your confidence is to practice. You fight like you train. Okay, question of the day. Please share with us, comment below, have you tried the confidence exercise? Have you put it into practice? Try it, or use it if you need to relax and you need peace. Do that visualization exercise that I shared with you earlier, and comment below, tell us the results. Tell us what happened, okay? Got another quote from Zig Ziglar for you. He says this: "It's impossible to consistently outperform your self-image." However you see yourself, you're not gonna perform better than that. So this self-esteem thing, this confidence thing, you've got to get this down if you want to increase your influence. Now let me share with you 3 ways that you can build your self-esteem. And they actually come out of John Maxwell's book, The 15 Laws of Growth. Great book. I don't even have the cover on it anymore. I've got so much notes in this thing. It's fantastic. The first one that I want to share with you is guard your self-talk. How do you talk to yourself about yourself? And I have a full resource, absolutely free. I'll put the link below. It's called Mind Shift. I've talked about it before. It's an absolutely free resource. But if you begin to change the way that you speak to yourself and about yourself, you'll change the way you act. Think differently, act differently. Okay, so guard your self-talk. Tip number 2, stop comparing yourself to others. I'm guilty of this. You're guilty of this. We've all been guilty of this. I've taught for years that there are two things that happen when you compare yourself. There's actually three, and I learned out the hard way just a couple years ago. I had an opportunity by my mentor to build a business. Well, at the same time, he brought in another coach. Now, this other coach had a similar background, had a similar skill set as me, and I felt a little threatened. I started comparing myself to this other person, and I would build him up, and I would put myself down and say, he's so much better than me, so much more accomplished than me. And then I would do the opposite, and I'd put him down and be like, he sucks, I'm great, and I'd puff myself up. Those are the two things I thought would happen. But the third thing that happens when you compare yourself with others is that you miss out on all the great things that are going on in your life. So while I was busy comparing myself to him, during that same time period, I was invited to be on the President's Advisory Council for an international leadership organization. Wow, awesome, and I'm a leadership influence guy. That's what I do, is I teach that. Highly honored to be a part of that. And then I was also interviewed so that 30,000 other coaches can learn from how I've built my business. That's amazing, right? I was so caught up in comparing myself to some other coach right here in town that I didn't enjoy all of that wonderful stuff that was happening in my life at the time. And you know what happened? The guy didn't even want to connect with us, wasn't interested in the opportunity to be mentored by my mentor, and he just moved on. So you waste time comparing yourself to others, and you really just put yourself down. And the third tip, if you want to raise your self-esteem, build your self-esteem, the third thing you can do is add value to other people. Begin to add value to others. Many times when we are struggling in self-esteem and we don't think highly of ourselves in our own head, our own self-image is not highly esteemed, what we believe is that we can't contribute to anyone. We can't help anybody. We have nothing of value to add. But that is such a lie. Every single one of us, I like to believe this, every one of us is a 10 in something. So you can add value to someone in an area that they aren't good at or they don't have the time to focus on. Mother Teresa, she said, you're good at some things, I'm good at other things. Together we can do great things. And if you just begin to practice that, begin to add value to others, determine how you can contribute to other people, you are going to build your own self-esteem while at the same time helping others out. And also, I've got the assessment below, free assessment on how you can increase your influence, the qualities there of how to increase your influence. It's down below. And I've also got that mind shift exercise. So I know there's a lot of stuff there below, but I really want to help you out. I want to help you be more confident, raise your self-esteem. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next week. And remember, increase your influence, realize your dream. And it doesn't work. I gotta tell the story.